Hey everybody, we are in Houston, Texas, as you can see behind me here. Trying to get a glimpse of some rare birds as I arrive here in East Texas. So fingers crossed, see what we find. This is nearby Woodland Park, and I love a good chimney swift tower. I was looking for a bird that's not native to the area, that is repopulated, called red-vented bulbul. I didn't find it, but I did find all this cool foliage in the nearby neighborhood, and of course some lovely artwork. Look at that. That is a blue jay, some art there. And the next day headed to Beaumont, east of Houston, where there are plenty of birds, and yes, even alligators. Hey everybody, we are here at Cattail Marsh in Beaumont, Texas. This has quickly become one of my favorite birding spots in Texas for reasons that I hope you can see here. It's beautiful. There's an amazing array of birds, especially water birds. There's some ibises, tons of grackles. You might be able to hear some of the marsh wrens as we walk by. You can definitely hear the red-winged blackbirds, and might even see an alligator here. That would be fun. But yeah, this is in Beaumont. This is far eastern Texas, almost to Louisiana. So close to Louisiana. I saw a fish crow earlier. I didn't even know they were here in Texas. Hear that? I think it's a Sora. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, just beautiful here. Wildflowers, all sorts of really cool marshy wildlife, and just wide open spaces. So if you ever get a chance to come to Beaumont, East Texas, this is. Do you hear that? I think that's a Sora. Okay, y'all, I just had one of those moments that can only happen when you come out birding into the elements. I looked up, saw a big bird, and I went, is that what I think it is? I looked at its head. It was white. It had a white tail. Boom, bald eagle. In one of these trees it landed in one of these trees over here, so I got a couple pictures of it. But it was one of those, like, I had to drop everything, grab the camera as fast as I possibly could, snap off as many pics as I possibly could. It was not hanging around for long, and certainly an environment like this is like a buffet for a bird of prey like an eagle. But pretty special to see our national bird out here, so hopefully you get to see one sometime. They're beautiful. This spot is so photogenic. Look at that. There's a grackle right there. Tons of those out there. And as you can hear, there's red-winged blackbirds. You can hear the grackles really loud there. And there are grackles all over Texas. But, in terms of here, they're so photogenic. And just all these marshy birds are so fun to see. There's a white-faced ibis. I was really happy with that photo. Here's a green heron who spotted me looking at him. Whoop, awkward. Here is a purple gallinule, the first time seeing one of these, so I was very excited about that. Here's a black-necked stilt, always fun. Looks like they're wearing a little tuxedo. Here we have I believe a tricolored heron. We've got some egrets here, and I love this effect that iMovie does where you can kind of do the Ken Burns effect here, but I just loved getting those shots. If you listen carefully, you can hear some marsh wrens. There's a swamp sparrow. Those are cute. So there you go, Cattail Marsh, Beaumont, Texas, and that is part of Terrell Park, which is a multi-use park. There's even a golf course there and whatnot. Oh, and on my way out, saw those fish crows that I saw earlier in the day. Oh, and the Texas state bird, northern mockingbird. Watch what it does with its wings here. They do that to try to scare up bugs. Okay, so here we are going even further east. This is through Port Arthur, Texas, and just to the east of here is Louisiana. There you go. Wave at Louisiana across the waterway there. That's how close, or how far east rather, we are in Texas. So people forget it's to get from Port Arthur to El Paso takes longer than to get from Los Angeles to El Paso. I don't think a lot of people realize that, how big of a state it is. And I just always think what's cool in this neck of the woods is you just get to see all the oil industry. There's Louisiana over there. Hi, Louisiana. Bonjour.
In half a mile, turn right onto Texas 87 South.
All right, hopefully you got a chuckle out of that. So this is either Sabine Woods or Sabine Woods. We're going to skip over that because, unfortunately, I did not have a lot of luck there. But that is a great spot to see birds during migration. But I just kept going back west along the coast, and I found Sea Rim State Park. All right, as you may know, I love the beach. Today was a surprise visit. I was not expecting to be at the ocean, and yet here we are. This is Sea Rim State Park. The last birding spot I went to was not as fruitful as I'd like it to be, so decided to hop down here, and this place is great. Just saw an American avocet, and today has been quite the adventure from marshland to the ocean, and more adventures await. So yeah, let's have some fun. We've got various species of tern here. Very cool to see, just dozens of them. And of course, a beach favorite, the brown pelican. But what's cool about this spot is that it is pretty marshy in areas, and it's got this great boardwalk, which is in great condition, and you just get to walk along. It's neat, and it's sort of just right off of the beach. The only thing is just beware of where you're sitting because, oof, the birds have clearly sat there before. Okay, so this is Big Thicket. This is the pitcher plant trail. This is only about an hour and a half north of the beach. And boy, what a complete change of scenery this is. Check out these beautiful pine trees. This is such a special place in East Texas. This is called Piney Woods. All right, we are in the Big Thicket National Preserve, and we are surrounded here by carnivorous plants. These are pitcher plants. If you look for the kind of lime green plants there, those are carnivorous plants. And it's just so cool to have this here in Texas in the wild. And do you see these trees? These pine trees, this is what they call the Piney Woods part of Texas, sort of east, northeast. And there are all sorts of birds here that I can't see back home in Austin for the most part. So I'm excited to check some of these out. Oh, look at these ferns. And you see how kind of swampy it is. This is... we've had some rain here. There were some thunderstorms and stuff before I got here, but you can see how the rains in this area really make this a beautiful green habitat for all sorts of really neat birds. So hopefully you'll have a chance one day to come here and check it out. Again, this is the Pitcher Plant Trail as part of the Big Thicket National Preserve. Enjoy. Here's a closer look at some of those pitcher plants. Little insects get in there and they do not come out, hence the carnivorous plants. And then look at the flowers that are on these. It's super cool. So I didn't see a ton of birds. I did see some red-headed woodpeckers, though. Beautiful. And here, enjoy this moment of silence while we watch a little caterpillar just make its way across the fence post. Enjoy. Hopefully you enjoyed some nice moments of zen there. Okay, this is Vautrose. This is where I ate dinner later that night. This is near Beaumont, recommended by a work colleague, Jimmy. And there is some crawfish étouffée with some hush puppies. That's the way to do it. Love the Louisiana influence on East Texas. So the next day, here we are headed to High Island, a birding mecca. I had never been. And this is Good Friday before Easter. And look at the gulls there on the beach. Look at the cross. I just found the symbolism and kind of the stormy clouds in the background and the shores and the waves to just be beautiful. So take it all in for a moment here. Hey everybody, we are here in High Island. This is a birding paradise, but the weather is not great. To quote Seinfeld, the sea was angry that day, my friend. It's definitely not ideal for birding, but it is a day at the beach, so no complaints there. But we'll see what we find in the woods. Okay, I made it. I made it to the Mecca. I can't explain enough how cool it is to finally be to High Island. And especially they give you little $100 for free. That's very cool. But look at these nice walkways they have for you. On this particular day, it was rainy. That was a bummer. I think if the weather had cooperated more, I would have seen a lot more birds. But as it was, there were just so many migratory birds there, so many warblers. Got to see a prairie warbler there. Got to see some thrush. But yeah, listen to that. It's just a symphony of birds. And it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful. And it's right off the coast here. And this is a great spot for birds who are making the migration up north. And it's just, they see this greenery and they want to stop here and they want to get a little rest before they continue on their journey. And I just love too how bird friendly the culture around it is. All right, it's a rainy day here, but check out this boardwalk and scenery. I love when they do this stuff. So this was my first time seeing what's called a rookery, and it's basically just a giant nesting site for birds, sometimes on these little islands. And in this case, it was roseate spoonbills and a hinga. Check this one out. That's cool. Yeah, there you go. There's egrets. And another great shot of an egret here. Just so cool to see that. And in the woods, just listen to the symphony of bird songs. Yeah, so these woods were filled with migratory birds, summer tanager, beautiful as always, and the hooded warbler, so cool. Just beautiful. And we're back in Houston here. This is Woodland Park. This is where we started the video here, and sort of back to the Bayou, and check out the wildflowers. Love this time of year in Texas. Love a good wildflower. Hope you enjoyed.